Do you ever think about all the things your parents told you were true, but were not actually true? Did your parents ever tell you if you had the lights on inside of a car at night, the cops would pull you over? From myths about swimming to seeing the Great Wall of China from space, here are 10 facts you think are true, but are actually wrong. Dropping a penny from the Empire State Building can kill someone. Dropping a penny from the Empire State Building or any other tall structure will not kill you. While a penny can certainly cause harm if it hits someone, the terminal velocity, or maximum falling speed, of a penny is relatively low due to its lightweight and flat shape. Terminal velocity is the point at which an object falls at a constant speed because the force of gravity is balanced by the resistance of the air. In the case of a penny, its terminal velocity is estimated to be around 30 to 50 miles per hour, which is around 48 to 80 kilometers per hour. While that might sting if it were to hit someone directly, it is unlikely to be lethal. However, it is important to note that dropping objects from tall buildings is dangerous and can cause injury or property damage if it were to hit someone or something below. It is always best to exercise caution and avoid such actions. This myth was also busted in the first season of Mythbusters. You can see the Great Wall of China from space. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Wall of China cannot be seen from space with the naked eye. This is a myth that was perpetrated for many years. Astronauts and cosmonauts who have been in low Earth orbit, such as those aboard the International Space Station, have reported that the Great Wall of China is not visible to the naked eye from that distance. The Great Wall of China is an impressive structure, but its width and materials are not sufficient to be visible from such a far distance. From space, the wall's appearance is similar to that of other man-made structures on Earth. It is difficult to distinguish specific details or individual structures without the aid of telescopic lenses or cameras. However, it is worth noting that under certain conditions, such as using high-resolution satellite imagery, the Great Wall of China can be visible from low Earth orbit. But for the average person in space, or even from the moon, it is not visible without technological assistance. It takes 7 years to digest gum if you swallow it. The idea that gum takes 7 years to digest if swallowed is a common myth. However, it is not true. While it is true that the human body cannot fully digest gum like it can with other food items, it does not stay in that digestive system for several years. When you swallow gum, it travels through your digestive tract just like any other food. Most components of gum, such as sweeteners, flavorings, and softeners, are mostly broken down and absorbed by the body. However, the gum base, which gives the gum the chewy texture, is not fully digested. Instead, it passes through the digestive system relatively intact. Eventually, the gum base is excreted from the body the same way as other waste. The exact timing can vary from person to person, but it typically takes a few days to a week for the gum to be fully eliminated from the body. While swallowing gum occasionally is not a cause for concern, it is generally advised to avoid swallowing large amounts of gum or any other non-food items, as it can potentially lead to gastrointestinal issues or blockages. It is always best to chew gum as intended and dispose of after use. Bulls get mad at the color red. Contrary to popular belief, bulls are not specifically provoked or angered by the color red. The idea that the bulls have an innate aggression towards the color red is a common misconception. Bulls are actually dichromatic, which means they can only perceive certain colors. They have difficulty distinguishing between red and green, but they can see shades of gray, black, and white. During bullfighting events, the matador's cape is often red, which may have contributed to the misconception. The movement of the cape and the actions of the matador are what provoke the bull, not the color of the cape itself. Bulls are naturally reactive to movement and are stimulated by waving and fluttering of the cape. You are not supposed to wake up sleepwalkers. In general, it is not harmful to wake up someone who is sleepwalking. In fact, it is often necessary to guide and assist them to ensure their safety. Sleepwalking is a sleep disorder that occurs during the non-rapid eye movement stage of sleep, and it typically involves activities such as walking, talking, or performing routine tasks while still asleep. If you come across someone who is sleepwalking, it is generally recommended to gently wake them up and guide them back to bed. However, it is important to approach them calmly and avoid startling or scaring them, as it may lead to confusion or disorientation. Speak softly and reassure them as you guide them back to bed. It is worth noting that sleepwalkers may be momentarily disoriented upon awaking, but it is unlikely to cause any lasting harm. However, if sleepwalking episodes are frequent, pose a safety risk, or cause distress to an individual, it is advisable to consult a healthcare professional to assess the underlying causes and explore potential treatments or management strategies. Goldfish have a 3-second memory. The belief that a goldfish has a memory span only of a few seconds is a common myth. However, research has shown that goldfish have longer memory capacity than previously believed. While their memory may not be extensive as some other animals, it is certainly longer than a few seconds. Studies have demonstrated that goldfish can remember and recognize certain things, such as their environment, food sources, and even simple training cues. They can be trained to respond to specific visual and auditory signals and can retain that learning for months. The exact duration of a goldfish's memory is difficult to determine precisely since it can vary depending on various factors such as the individual fish, their environment, and a specific task or information being remembered. However, it is generally accepted that goldfish can retain memories for weeks to months. You have to wait 30 minutes after eating to swim. The idea that you need to wait 30 minutes after eating before swimming is a common precautionary guideline that's been passed down through generations. However, there is a limited scientific evidence to support this specific time frame. The concern behind the guideline is that blood flow might be diverted from muscles used swimming to the digestive system, potentially leading to muscle cramps or discomfort. While it is true that digestion does require blood flow and energy, the body is generally capable of managing both digestion and physical activities simultaneously without causing harm. For most people, swimming or engaging in light to moderate physical activity after eating should not pose any significant risk. However, it is important to consider individual factors and personal comfort. Some people may experience mild discomfort or indigestion when engaging in vigorous activities shortly after eating. If you personally feel uncomfortable swimming or participating in intense physical activity right after a meal, it may be best to wait until you feel more at ease. Ultimately, it is advisable to listen to your own body and make choices based on your own comfort level. If you have any specific health concerns or conditions, it is always a good idea to consult with a healthcare professional for personalized advice. Shaving makes hair grow back longer and/or thicker. This is a common myth that has been perpetrated over time. Hair growth is determined by various factors such as genetics, hormones, and individual characteristics. Shaving simply cuts the hair at the surface level without affecting the hair follicle or its growth rate. When hair regrows after shaving, it may feel slightly different due to the sharpness of the newly cut hair ends. The hair might appear thicker or coarser because the blunt ends create a different tactile sensation, but this is just an illusion. As the hair continues to grow, it will return to its natural thickness and texture. The perception that hair grows back thicker or faster after shaving is likely due to the fact that freshly shaved hair appears more noticeable against the skin than longer, tapered hair. However, it is important to note that shaving does not alter the actual rate or thickness of hair growth. Peeing on a jellyfish sting helps. Contrary to popular belief, peeing on a jellyfish sting is not effective or recommended method for treating the sting. This is a common myth that has been perpetrated over time. Urine does not provide any significant benefits in terms of relieving pain or neutralizing the toxins present in jellyfish stings. You know the classic scene from Friends where Chandler pees on Monica? Well, that probably influenced a lot of people and told them that this was the correct course of action, and turns out that there is no scientific evidence to support this. The only thing urinating on jellyfish sting may do is make it sting more. A flush toilet rotates differently depending on if you are in a northern or southern hemisphere. The direction in which a toilet flushes is not determined by the hemisphere urine. The direction of a toilet flush is primarily influenced by the design of the toilet bowl, particularly the shape of the water jets and the direction of the water flow when it is released. The Coriolis effect, which is caused by the rotation of Earth, does influence larger scale weather patterns and rotation of hurricanes. However, its impact on something as small and localized as a toilet flush is negligible. Other factors such as the shape of the toilet bowl, water pressure, and the angle of the jets have a more significant impact on the direction of the flush. In reality, toilets can flush in various directions depending on their design and plumbing configuration. The notion that toilets flush in opposite directions in the northern and southern hemisphere is a persistent myth that has been perpetrated by popular culture but is not rooted in scientific fact. Remember, it's always good to challenge our assumptions and explore the truth behind common misconceptions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep questioning and keep learning.